Hello and welcome to the Beat Brings Us Together podcast, presented by myself, Luke Hassan. It's a show where I invite talented musical individuals to discuss their story as we dig deeper into their musical journey. We'll discover where it all began for them, where they are now, and where they look for the future. This week on the podcast, I was joined by Jay Newman, and he talks all things Project Worcester. We have an exclusive about a new venue coming up for him. He talks about his Ibiza experiences and about his new EP on Great Stuff Recordings. It's a cracking podcast, so let's dive right in. So, welcome to the podcast, and I'm with Jay Newman today.
Hello, thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for coming round to my apartment
for
a coffee.
This is my second coffee now. We've been chatting a lot already.
Yeah, this is not going to ever end. You're just going to chat forever.
I know, we're never going to stop. It's really good to see him. I haven't seen him in a little while, so it's really nice to see Jay.
Been a while, mate.
It's always a nice time when I'm with him. Let's dive into it. Let's dive into it because there's too many things I want to ask you, and we're going to have to start somewhere.
Cool. Let's go.
If you can remember for me, in your very short past, because you're only a young guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
What was your first experience of music, just music in general?
First experience of music in general, I think I was probably 18 years old and working at a bar in my local town, which is Worcester.
Okay.
And I was always interested with the music in the club, what was going on. And being stuck behind the bar kind of killed me a bit. I always wanted to be over near the DJ, see what was happening. Yeah. And that was kind of my first intro to music. I used to just chat to the DJ all the time. I used to go around to his house actually and do just practice on the decks before we went to the club, and just asked him questions and just figured out what was what. And that's how I got into it. To be fair,
oh, that's pretty cool. So it
was terrible music back then. It was really bad. Mixing EDM, I think it was at the time.
Wow. Okay, but you had the itch.
Yeah,
you had the itch. Oh, I need to do something. This isn't me.
Yeah.
I need to be over there.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You've kind of brought me on to the next question. Is can you think of a track that reminds you of those times?
Not really of those times because, like I say, the music was terrible back then. I just wanted to learn what the DJing was all about, how the kit worked.
Yeah.
And then I kind of, I guess, matured once I figured out how to DJ, how to mix the two songs together. Yeah. I kind of figured out what sort of music I wanted to play.
Okay.
And at the time, I don't know how long ago this was, maybe like 10, 11 years ago, started to get into funky house.
Yeah.
Like vocal house.
Yeah.
Which weirdly has come back round and is very popular again now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of set up a small funky house party at a local bar in town. And then I think that night was called Hyde. It was
cool.
It was pretty terrible. Maybe we had I think we had like maybe 100 people come. We used to be busy every time, but it was only a small bar.
Yeah.
And I was always trying to think of ways to make the event cool and different.
Yeah.
And I came up with this stupid idea actually of giving away free toast.
Free toast?
Yeah.
I've never heard that one.
So we had toasters on a DJ booth on the table, and we used to make toast at 12.
I'm surprised you didn't blow the electricity.
We actually gave toast out. Oh dear.
Are you sure it wasn't just like a soup kitchen sort of vibe? Or?
I really don't know what I was thinking.
They paid in the door. Who cares?
They came in. Yeah. We gave out toast. People were talking about it. It was a talking point. But yeah, that was all funky house back then.
Amazing.
So yeah, back to your question was funky house.
So some funky house. So you sort of did you get the train off that DJ you'd seen play before? Was he like the resident DJ of the nights that where you first got your experiences?
I think my first proper experience with music, where I actually realised I knew what I wanted to do was probably a couple of years after that, when I went to Gatecrasher in Birmingham.
Massive.
Cool. It was for my 20th birthday it was.
Cool.
And it was an EDM night again that we went to. I think it was Laid Back Luke in the main room. That's who we went for. But then I figured out there was another room, a back room, and we went to this back room and I heard Julio Bashmore, Battle for Middle U.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know what this music was at the time because I was just a kid into this horrible, screechy EDM music. And I heard this tune and I was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? What's all this bass and this groove? And that was the tune that then turned my focus into that sound.
Yeah. Something a bit more subtle.
Yeah.
But still has all the elements, not pounding it into your ears.
Yeah.
think I had a similar experience myself.
Yeah.
With dubstep.
Really?
We'll leave it
from
there.
dubstep.
Getting away from
Yeah.
dubstep. Yeah, we'll leave it there. The dubstep's good, so it's fine. So where was your first DJ set then? Because that'd be interesting to hear.
Probably, like I say, when I used to run those little funky house nights back
Yeah,
in Worcester,
yeah.
that was kind of where I first started. And actually remember ejecting the wrong CD at the time.
Oh no.
CDs.
Yeah.
You remember them?
Yeah.
Yeah. My mum and dad came and watched as well. That was my first ever gig.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cool.
And ejected the wrong discs. So,
That's
yeah,
cool, parents.
That went silent. That was good. So that was my very first gig.
Yeah.
But my first proper gig when I started getting into the industry and making a name for myself as Jay Newman was at Glass in Birmingham.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. I opened up the second room and they waited until the main room was full, the warehouse at Rainbow.
Yeah.
And then they opened up the second room, which was behind these like plastic sheets.
Yeah.
And then they just, once it hit capacity, they pulled these sheets back and everybody just ran into the room. So my first song, literally just everybody was running at me. It went from empty to full in about 30 seconds. And it was rammed for the whole hour and a half I was playing. That was my first proper gig.
Oh man,
That's
a
I'll never
class room
forget
too.
that. It was probably one of the best gigs as well that I've played still. It was just crazy. Massive vibe. But yeah, Glass was my first main place where I really got into it and started finding my sound and learning the industry. And big shout out to Will Power for getting me a resident there, because that created my career, I suppose.
Yeah, I think he does a lot for a lot of new DJs, doesn't he? You always seem someone new on the lineup.
Yeah, he's a top man. Always watch what he's doing, and if he's got so many different events.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's got disco events. He's got the house events. He's still got Glasses like the bass house. He's a very good promoter.
Yeah, and you got in, I guess, to the Birmingham scene through there.
Yeah, through just partying there to start with, and then got to know him.
Yeah,
which is what I would say to any other DJ. If you're trying to get into a brand, you got to be there. You got to be a person. You got to get to know these people.
Yeah,
and I partied there for maybe a year, every event.
Yeah,
got to know him, and then just got the gig. Luckily, it went off. Yeah, and then got the residency, and I was maybe a resident for, I don't know, 3 years solid every time, and it was every party was just crazy.
Oh man,
and they're still crazy now. I haven't been for a long time, so I'm busy myself on the weekends. I haven't really got time to go, but they're still selling out shows. I don't know how many years they've been doing it now. 8 years or something. Amazing.
I was just gonna say, didn't they have like a something birthday party recently? I'll have to double check that.
Yeah.
And good advice as well. I'd say that to anyone, even on a practical note of going to the events so you know what sound they play. Otherwise, they're not going to book you again.
Yeah.
You need to know what the event's about.
You got to be a person to the. You got to know the promoters personally. You can't just send a demo in and hope for the best. You know what I mean?
Although I would say give that a go as well.
You can give that a go, but there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
If you know these promoters and you've shown your face.
I think we were talking about it earlier as well. It's before the podcast. It's about a bit of a community as well, isn't it? Within that brand, within that party, within the people who are coming through the doors.
That's it.
Yeah. Actually, it'd be cool to ask as well. What music were your parents into? Because they couldn't see you. Were they into that like funky stuff, Motown? Disco? I know it's funky house, but it's got all the elements of that soul.
I suppose they were. I don't know what we used to listen to when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I didn't really pay any attention to it actually when I was
really
young.
Okay.
No.
Oh wow.
I wasn't ever really into it. I was always a golfer. I was always playing golf when I was 12 to 18. I just played golf every day of my life, and I was going to be a professional golfer. So I didn't go out, and I wasn't into music at all.
That's really interesting.
And then I started working at the bar, and then I was like, something switched.
Yeah.
And I actually stopped playing golf when I started working in the bar, and I was just concentrating on music then.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, that's really okay.
I'm actually playing golf after this interview.
Oh, very nice. I played golf for a few years when I was younger, but I'm terrible. I've got no patience for it. Yeah. No patience. Oh God. Anyway, so talking about your events, obviously you're the head of Pro-ject. You run Pro-ject. Why did you start that, and why did you think Worcester needed that event?
Yeah. So again, back to Glass.
Yeah.
Going back to Glass, the event in Birmingham, where I was a resident for 3 years. And like I say, I was learning the industry whilst I was there, and how it all worked and what went on, and realised that It was amazing. They had such a cool vibe and a community in Birmingham that would go to that event, and we had absolutely nothing in Worcester. We always used to travel to Birmingham for a night out, and then I saw a bit of a gap in the market, found a venue, found a warehouse space, which was a car wash in Worcester. Obviously, they use it in the day. Night times, it's just sat there empty, and I thought, right, let's do something. So on New Year's Day, I was lying in bed. I woke up slightly hungover. Created a Facebook page, which was Worcester Warehouse Project, which is PRO-JECT. And we had like 1,000 likes within a few hours. It
So
just
cool.
got shared everywhere. And then I was like, right, I need to learn how to do this. I need to figure out the laws and the licensing. I spent all of January learning all that, doing all the documents. And then, we sold out the first event, which was 3 months later, end of March. 500 tickets went straight away. So that's how it was born, really.
Yeah. That's superb, man. I've had the pleasure of playing, and it was such an awesome event.
Yeah, we do have a wicked vibe. Like I said, there's not really anything like it around here. So when we do put a show on, people really, really look forward to it.
Yeah.
It's just something different.
Has that been the same venue? Was that same venue that you started in?
So we did, so where you played.
Oh, cool.
Which is the car wash.
Yeah.
That's where we first started.
Oh, that's wicked.
Then we moved off to a place in Shrubhill, which is, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes away from the original location in an industrial estate. Did events there for a year, which is another warehouse space, 500 people. And then we had a few sound issues with neighbours. The sound was leaking out the roof. There's always sound issues wherever you are, really.
Yeah.
You could be in the middle of nowhere and there'll be somebody that just pops up and says they live next door.
I was walking past at 3 a.m. and I heard a sound.
But and then we moved somewhere else, which is on the same industrial estate, a smaller venue, but it was kind of all enclosed. Yeah. And we soundproofed it, blocked off all the windows, soundproofed the venue, built an external wall, soundproofed that as well.
Wow.
Spent lots of money on it, and we planned on having that for the foreseeable.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. We sold that out every time because it was a bit smaller. It was like 300 people.
Yeah.
Didn't have any sound issues. Had an issue that obviously doing the soundproofing and putting walls and blocking all the air from everywhere, it was blooming hot in there.
Oh no!
It was
all right,
air at all.
Yeah.
It was unbelievably hot.
Yeah.
People used to come outside and they'd just be like steaming from the top of their head. It was unreal.
True sweatbox.
Yeah. So we spent, I don't know how long we were there, 4 months in there, and then moved back to the car wash.
Yeah. Oh, what a little transition.
And now we're moving somewhere else. There you go.
Ooh.
That's an exclusive.
Oh, it's really?
Exclusive.
Oh, that's awesome. We've got another podcast exclusive.
There you go.
Oh, 2 weeks in a row. This is awesome. Can you reveal where, or is it still
No.
under wraps? No. Okay, cool.
It's going to be a secret.
Okay, wicked. Oh, that's so cool. I'm well chuffed with that. But I mean, I've seen you have some cool collaborations like snow bombing. You've taken the project around places. You actually play at snow bombing as well.
Yeah.
Croatia.
So, it's been cool. So we were partners with Hideout Festival to start in Croatia.
Wow.
I've done that for 3 years now. The first year we had a crazy pool party. We had the project pool party was at Noah, which I think it was at the time like the 6th best club in the world. It's like a massive jetty in the sea. This club there, it's unbelievable. And we had MK, Sonny Federa, Camel Fat, and then I was doing the warm up. That was our first experience of Hideout, and it was amazing. It was very cool. And then from that, we got to know the Camel Fat boys and booked them for Worcester. Brought them to Worcester. That was obviously a massive sellout.
Yeah, it's such a name to bring as well.
They had Cola as number one the week that we had them here, so it was a big show.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. And then obviously, as you said, we had snow bombing. So we're partners with snow bombing now. I've done that for 2 years. But I've been going there for four years before that myself.
Right, okay.
Just having a good time, love skiing, and just getting to know them as well, knowing the promoter and knowing who runs it. Because I wanted to become a partner with snow bombing. Yeah. So what links back to what I said earlier about DJs going to clubs. I was doing it recently as a promoter.
Yep.
I went there for 4 years and got to know them, and now we're brand partners with them. So yeah, it's cool. And then being partners with Hideout and Snow Bombing means we then do launch parties back here in the UK ahead of the events. So we're doing we've got one in Newcastle, a project launch party in Newcastle.
Good headliners there
on the
too.
19th, Ways and Odyssey.
Yeah, superb.
19th of October. And and then we're just lining up our our hideout launch parties, which will be announced soon.
Man, you put the work in, don't you?
I do graft a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's obvious you talk with so much passion for it as well, really. Even though I know it probably gets super hard at times to stay on top of this stuff.
Generally, I don't mean to sing and shout about how much I work, but in this industry, you've got to work all the time.
Yeah.
You can't really have time off. It's just non-stop. You're constantly planning ahead. You're planning your parties in the future. You're always working maybe a year ahead, even more in some cases if you're doing a festival. So in a way, you're kind of wishing your life away. You're working in advance all the time, and time just absolutely flies. So yeah, you can't give up. You got to keep going.
Yeah, man.
And stay on top of it.
Well, in speaking about that, we've seen an evolution in your sound. I mean, we'll get to the production aspect in a bit, but you've brought like this disco flavour to Worcester as well, and as recently as the Worcester Disco Festival, which you've done, which was a great success.
Yeah, so we're doing Pro-ject for 5 years in Worcester, which I guess attracts a slightly younger crowd with the music we promote. Again, saw another gap in the market and thought, well, let's try and put a party together for sort of the 25 and above bracket, which has actually ended up being the youngsters as well, because disco is so popular nowadays, which is fantastic.
Flipping awesome.
So we launched It's Just a Disco in December last year. We sold out 4 parties. We had Black Legend, Grant Nelson, Lenny Fontana, all the old house house heroes. And then it was 2 weeks ago we did Worcester Disco Festival, Worcester Disco and Street Food Festival, actually, in the centre of Worcester. Yeah, which was a free party right in front of the cathedral in Cathedral Square. It was an amazing location. I didn't think I'd ever be able to do an event there. We wouldn't have been able to do Pro-ject there, granted, because of the crowd and the music is not very accessible for people walking through town.
Yeah, no,
it's
very
pretty
true.
Heavy. So the disco thing was perfect. We had families there, kids there, dogs there. I think we had 4,000 people come throughout the day, which was amazing.
Some numbers, that is, isn't it?
It was amazing. Yeah, everybody loved it. So we'll continue to expand that brand and look at doing we are doing a big festival in Worcester next year, which will be a ticketed event, but on a much bigger scale.
Yeah, so you've gone down that route.
We had to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all good doing free events, and I did plan on doing another one, but because we had so many people come, it actually turns into a bit of a risk.
Yeah.
Because you can't judge how many people are going to come. You haven't sold tickets. It's impossible to know. So it's hard to know how big to build the site, and it's hard to control. If 6,000 people would have come, then it would have been a dangerous event. So there is a risk that comes with doing free events.
I guess you can take that event to the next level now, though.
Yeah.
If you've got
tickets. If we're raising more money for the event with ticket sales, then obviously we can book bigger headliners.
Yeah.
And put on a better show as well. So it kind of works good both ways.
Yeah, man. Very impressive, man. I'd love to see your evolution. I always find it's nice to reflect sometimes and think about what you've done, because you're so looking into the future so far.
Yeah, that's true.
You're always you're concentrating on the next thing, and you never sometimes take the time to appreciate what you have done, because no one's taking that away from you. That's always there. True. It's nice to have a little reflective moment.
Yeah. Is this it now?
This is it. This is your moment.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done.
You're done. They reflected, fully reformed.
Feel great.
And I've also seen you've been playing some wicked festivals about the Midlands as well. So you had Forbidden Forest only a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it was last weekend.
And you've played the last 3 or 4 now.
I've done that pretty much since it started.
Yeah,
I think I missed one because I was away in Ibiza, but yeah, it's been an amazing residency.
Man.
I used to do the tech house stage.
Yep.
And then the last 2 events I've moved over to the Disco Express stage.
Disco Express.
Which is great fun.
Yes.
It's great fun. I always look forward to it. Great crowd.
Yeah.
Everyone's just there just to have massive fun.
Yeah. I was speaking with AR38 about it as well, and I think they were saying, I can't remember if they were first on.
Yeah, they were.
And they were just saying it's weird adjusting to a set of that, because everyone's just ready for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a club.
Yeah,
that's true. They're ready to go pretty much, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, still warming up, but it's like they're already there. They're ready. They're pumped. They're probably half soaked.
That's true. That's true. I actually managed to play 2 sets this time because the DJ that was meant to play first got stuck in an airport somewhere. So I played the first set. I think it was like 113 BPM, real chill vibes.
Yeah,
and then by
yeah.
the time I went back on again, which was maybe the 5th or 6th set, it was flat out. It was like going off. It's hard to play disco music when it was going off so much. You kind of had to move it towards like the housey disco, like the new stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh man, wicked.
But, yeah.
So I mean, you mentioned Ibiza there for a second. I think that's seems to have been a big part of your last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably. I mean, I'm sure you've been many times
been
before,
going
but
for a long time. But last 2 years, I've been living there in the summer.
Yeah.
Doing the events management for Ibiza Rocks, looking after the bar.
Yeah.
In San Antonio Bay, doing the events management there. So looking after the DJs and events and the program every night of the season. So instead of me running an event every other month here, it's been you're doing one every single night now for 5 months.
Yeah.
Which has been tough. It's been very busy, as well as trying to keep on top of the other stuff that I've got going on back home, like the project and the disco events and my own DJing. So yeah, it's been mega busy, but good fun. Being over there, meeting all the industry people that you meet in Ibiza.
Yeah. Always brushing shoulders with someone, aren't you?
Yeah, which is one of the main reasons why I went over there to do it. To be honest, big shout out to Dawley who hooked it up for me. I was living with him for the first year I was there, and he's got his studio in his villa. So obviously all the DJs were coming over there and they were doing tracks together. So I got to meet them all.
Cool.
So it was good for the networking, and obviously I was doing the Ibiza Rocks job as well. So yeah, Ibiza's been busy. We've rebranded the bar now. It's all disco and house in there.
Yeah, I was going to say you can really see you've built that really well over 2 summers.
Yeah, it's completely changed. When I first went there, we had sort of had R&B nights, and then we had like music nights, and then we had all sorts of different things, which wasn't a bad thing. It was what it was.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that's what Ibiza Rocks was. People just go for a random night.
I think I've seen Catfish in the Bottom in there or something, like bands like Kooks maybe, something like that. It's a very different thing.
But yeah, this since I started, I saw the vision 2 years ago that this disco stuff's getting really popular. Then Glitterbox won the biggest night in Ibiza last year, and I just thought, well, this year let's brand it as house disco. There's disco balls everywhere. There's a disco dance floor. Let's get people to know exactly what it is. So that's what I've done. So every night in there's house and disco, and it's been a mega season. Yeah, people know what they're going to get, and it's a cooler place just to hang. So yeah, it's been good fun.
It's pretty cool to hear you talk about this, because I was out there with you at the start of last season, and then we were having this conversation. And you were saying, I really want to push it this direction. Yeah, we're not really knowing if it's going to work or not. And then we're at the end of the second summer, and it clearly has, and then that's where it's rolled. Yeah,
that is true.
It's nice, man. It's so cool.
It's nice to look back on the success of that. Actually, now you've mentioned it.
There you go, man.
Yeah, it's definitely exactly where I saw it being. Last year. So
still babies.
Yeah,
babies growing, man.
Job done. Next.
Yeah, what is next? So, you're not just a DJ. You make a lot of great productions as well, and I've seen you transition the past year or so into a sort of new direction with going along with your brand and direction, your soulful disco sort of house music, and you've recently had the EP on Great Stuff, which is wicked EP as well.
Thank you.
Come out. How have you found that transition, and how are you finding producing music now? You're so busy and you have a sort of rhythm with that.
Yeah, I guess winter is my time to make music, as most DJs are. Yeah, it's the same. But yeah, I used to just make. I was just interested in making bangers back in the day. Just tech house. That's all I wanted to do. Just anything that's going to go off. But I guess I've got slightly older. I've been in the scene for longer, and my sound and taste has matured. And yeah, definitely trying to make stuff with more groove now, more musical elements, stuff that's more interesting, maybe less harsh on the ear. Yeah. And yeah, this year I've just made everything I've made this year has just been a lot more down tempo, as you'll hear from the EP and the stuff that I've got coming out. So yeah, that's kind of the direction for the music. Yeah, music productions.
Have we got anything in there that's coming out?
Yeah, I've signed. I was building up tracks over the summer. Yeah. and I think I maybe had like 16 tracks ready that was this new sound. And then I started sending them out maybe a month ago.
Cool.
So I had them all ready to go, so I could, get on a bit of a rhythm with the releases. And probably signed maybe 10 or 12 of them now to different labels.
Oh man.
So the Great Stuff one, which came out last week, was the first release of the new sound, and then I've got another 4 that are coming out before Christmas time with different labels.
Bloody hell, mate.
So yeah, hopefully by Christmas time the Jay Newman brand, it will have people will associate it to a slightly new sound. So yeah, that's the direction I'm going in, I guess.
Really cool. I've got to hear, I think, a lot of them in the car as well.
Yeah,
on the way to.
Wicked.
You think you've played me in your car?
Yeah,
I don't know which ones you played. I'm pretty sure some of the ones on the Great Stuff.
Yeah, it was a few of those.
Bloody good. He's like, I don't know if this bass is quite right. I'm like, Jay, this is banging, mate. This is class. Just send it off, please.
Yeah. Thank you, mate.
I think I had the chat with Ali. He goes, oh, what's this little bit here? I'm like, it's fine. Just, it's done. Send the tune off. It's wicked. But we're all like that. We're very critical of our own tracks.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes you just got to stick with something and just go for it, haven't you?
Yeah, just put it out. I mean, obviously the mix downs is another story. Sometimes sometimes it's just hard to gel those sounds.
Yeah,
I think you mentioned earlier something.
This last one that I've just done, honestly, big shout out to my mastering guy, Marcus Wedford. By the way, if you need any mastering, he's the man.
Sweet.
He literally kept sending me this one song back about 30, 40 times. I was like, I just can't get it to work. But yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah.
He really stuck in there, and he was like, no, just tweak this. 4 days later. No, actually, probably 2 weeks later, I'm still doing it. And then we finished it day before yesterday. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, wicked. Have you sent this off to be released yet?
Yeah, it's coming out on Celestial Records. Yeah, real down tempo EP.
Yeah.
Very, very moody, chilled,
cool
vibes. I just wanted to try something different.
Yeah,
I think the reason why it took so long is it's a different sound. There's a lot more layers and elements. So yeah, it took ages to get it right. But now I know.
Yeah. Oh, wicked, man. I guess sort of like to wrap it up with a couple of questions. I know you've given out a lot of great advice on this already. But I mean, what would be a one big piece of advice you give to any upcoming DJ or promoter or producer?
Yeah, don't do it. Don't get it. don't get in the industry.
unless you've cut out for it.
I'm joking.
But don't do it. No.
Yeah. Just I don't know. I guess if it takes maybe 4 or 5 years to really figure out what you exactly want to do in the industry.
Yeah.
Go out partying, enjoy it. Figure out what you like, what your sound is, and yeah, just get to know people. Be a nice person. Don't be a tool. Don't be too cocky. There's a lot of DJs that think a lot of themselves, and it's not about that. It's about the music and having fun and being a part of a community. So yeah, just go out, network, meet people, have fun, and I don't know what the last bit of advice would be.
That's good.
What's
I think that's
the cherry on the cake? I really don't know.
Get involved. Just be involved with things that are going on in the industry, in the scene.
Help other people. There you go.
Yeah,
you help other people, they'll help you back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just being a nice guy in general. I think it's always nice seeing you. You're just a nice guy to chat to. If you can have a conversation with someone, then you're doing something right.
Yeah.
If someone goes, see you later.
Yeah.
They just want to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Then think about how you're talking to people.
That's it.
That's the nicest way to give advice to someone.
That's not music advice, that's life advice.
Yeah.
Just don't be a knob.
And I think the very last thing, is there any future artists or tracks to look out for, you think, that you've picked up on recently?
I think Hassan has got a good song coming out soon.
Oh, who's that guy? Thanks very much. If that's actually what you're going with.
Did you like that?
I did like that.
You do make good music, mate. You really
Thank you
do.
very much.
Your drums and your bass lines and everything always gel really well. I'm always like, how's he done that? I've asked you for advice in the past. There you go.
Oh, that's very nice. I think I'm too hard on myself and my music, but maybe we'll make something pretty soon.
Yeah. I've actually got a few things. I'll show you in a bit.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm excited. Okay, we're wrapping this podcast up because we're going to go and do something.
We're going to go in the studio.
But it's been great to have you, Jay. Thanks very much.
Cool. Thanks for having me on, mate. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for being in your apartment as well.
That's all right, mate.
Yeah.
Another coffee.
Yeah. Go to Project Worcester. It's going to be bloody good.
Yeah. Pro-ject and It's Just a Disco. We'll see you soon.
And go buy Jay Newman's new EP on Great Stuff Recordings.
Great Stuff
It's
Recordings.
super.
Fruits EP.
Bye.
Cheers.
Oh, it was brilliant having Jay Newman on the podcast. He had some really good advice for DJs, producers, and anyone looking to promote events. So we thank him very much, and we'll see you soon. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast and rate 5 stars. You can find us on our socials at Beat Brings Us, or alternatively, you can drop us an email at beatbringsustogether@gmail.com. Please send in any questions you'd like me to ask future guests or any feedback you have. I'd love to hear it. Thanks, and until next time, you've been listening to Beat Brings Us Together podcast with me, Luke Hassan.